5. I hope you all are out there and safe. So, I really wish you are well. Okay, and it looks like we're live on the interwebs. All of the different interwebs out there that are intertwined webs, entering and exiting. Right, well, I hope some of my friends will join me. I'm starting nearly on time. That is probably what threw them off. And not because the world's blown up. Okay. And
Hello.
we have a friend has arrived. Well, hello, Arno. How are you doing today?
You?
I'm doing good. We are live, just so you know.
Ah, excellent.
I started almost on time.
It's a miracle.
Yes. So
So
boot
what are
up.
we doing?
I'm right now playing 5.7 Germany.
5-7. Oh,
5.7. Tigers, Prototype Panther. I know that's 5.3, but close enough. And hello, Lum.
Hello.
hey, Lum.
What you up to?
Playing War Thunder.
Oh god.
It's Sunday morning.
It's
At
way
least
morning. Ah
here
yeah,
in a...
right, you're
Oh,
from
it's not. It's
Funnyland.
evening.
Yes.
Yeah. He's from Funnyland, where everything's funny.
I don't know why you think everything's funny here, but okay. I mean, it's fine with
Because it's
you.
morning there. Clearly
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. Yes, it is morning. There, the globe is round. It is a globe.
Nah, it's square.
There's different times in different places. We blew each other up.
Imagine blowing up.
Yes, blowing up, explodifying.
Why would you do that?
I didn't want to. I wanted to explodify him, but he wanted to explodify me.
I mean, you did explodify him. I think this is a win-win situation.
No, it's a win-lose situation. Win and lose.
Well, he most likely wanted to blow you up, so he won, you
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Just the negative part also came in.
Thing killed something in my path there.
Might be the enemy.
Yep. This time I just killed them and they didn't kill me. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, that one didn't. The other enemies might, yes. Oh, just got shot by another enemy somewhere. Okay, let's
See?
him somewhere. Somewhere. Came from here. See target yet. can't see the target. I'm going to decide to have the target not see me and drive away.
You don't need to see what you want to shoot at. Just shoot.
Oh, we got him. Somebody got my gun barrel. You see the T-34 pointing his barrel at me. I'm backing into cover. So he's behind the rock from me, from my gun sight. There we are. Damn, got my barrel again. They keep hitting my barrel. Well, that one didn't.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. But why when I hit their barrels, like, you know, right squarely, and nothing happens?
Because it's War Thunder.
Yeah. I've noticed that it's War Thunder. That had not escaped my attention. That's an airplane. Moved up closer. Pick him out. It's two. I'm 18. How did I hit him and do nothing? Come on, reload, and he got me. Damn. This mission is sucking for me.
You sound very enthusiastic there.
Yes, I am very, very enthusiastic about this mission. You being shot at. Somebody else. What's going on? I'm moving up. Hopefully be able to kill you before you can kill me. Because you're being shot at. Okay. Got your machine gun. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't get anything of mine. And now another. Oh well. This mission is over for me.
For you.
For me. Yep. I'm out of here. Okay. Well. Let's see. There is Arno and there is Lum. We are at 5-7, Lum, if you want to.
Yeah, I was just looking at some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can play America, but.
Actually, yeah, no, I don't want to play. Okay, game. What? Nah, weird. Let's do some Japan then.
Japan.
Need to switch this vehicle out. And what is happening with my War Thunder?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Whenever I switch like menu, it takes forever to switch. I don't know why. Do I not have any more vehicles? Really? I guess I get that then. Alright. Yeah, there should be more vehicles. What the fuck?
What are you looking for?
There we go. Hello. War Thunder being War Thunder, you know.
Well, of course.
Did Arno mute himself or something? He's not been talking.
Don't know.
I'm not muted.
You've not been talking. So how did we know?
I was just asking, man. Which one was the one I need? This one, yeah.
Good. This.
Oh, it has two guns, right. I was about to say, why can't it spawn? How much pen does this have again? 150. That's pretty solid. That's solid. Good enough. So where's the second gun? Is it next to my main gun? Oh no, it's hull mounted, right. I'm learning how the tank works.
The cylinders go up and down inside of the engine. That then
No, they don't.
turns.
They go round and round in a circle.
Maybe on your model, I don't know. But and then
That's crazy Japanese magic, you know.
spins a rod, and then that gets transmitted down a transmission to some sprockets that are linked into a track, and the track then goes along the ground.
There we go. Let's see, can I see anyone? Okay, did War Thunder do the funny thing again where it rebound my keys? Yeah, it did. I love that.
Good, it's doing something you love.
Yeah, love. Am I small enough to get through here without being shot? Looks like it. Where the enemy at? Are they just completely ignoring the B point?
Well, we got a few over here at A.
Oh, there's a lot around.
Yeah, but they're not going towards B where it's normally like common to find enemies. Somebody just shot them. Oh, there's someone. So we switched the lines still. Grand. Okay, let's try. Oh wow, that's a lot of drop on this gun. That's a pamphlet, somehow I didn't pen it. What? How am I gonna pen the front of it? Grand. Now he moved.
Oh boy.
Gonna ignore that. Good reload though. Okay, that's friendly. That's something that was shooting there. Not visible though. Oh, what? Come on, move up a little more. Come on. No, don't move back. Move forward. Thank you. Shit! Hit the fucking mountain.
Oh, Arno's friend just exploded.
No, I'm not.
No, your friend did.
Oh, my friend. Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, the tiger right
Big
next to you.
sad.
You ever hear us?
Ah,
Oh,
You,
yes.
my very
oh, crap.
predictable mission. Uh-oh, you got killed by a Japanese. I think that's Japanese. That may be Chinese. I don't know.
That's
Not sure.
Chinese.
It's Asian.
No, that's French.
Merde.
I don't know he's that rude.
Might also be from Belgium, even worse.
No, that's not an existing country.
I hear
There's a
someone
dude
to
that
my
shot me
left.
a little while ago.
Pretty sure that's an enemy.
Nope.
Somebody just killed my friend over here. Ugh. What is it? What are you?
Stabilizer.
What are you? What is that? Oh, it's a T-34.
Yeah.
What the hell?
He got me twice. The
Fucking
stabilized
bushed up
gun.
T-34. Can't even identify it. Yeah, fuck out of here.
Give me something different instead of just another tiger.
Oh, that died. That guy's still there. Is he looking at me?
The pals are
No.
in front of you. You know, I'm gonna go this way.
Ah, he moved away.
Flank the flankers.
Oh, who are you? Ah, you're gonna be an easy kill. Yep. Easy little PT thingy, whatever. Is that guy gone? Oh, that guy's gone.
Just a double killer out there just got another vehicle driving. just
Oh,
like
great,
mine.
somebody's on the point and I don't see him. Where?
You-
Oh, bump got him. Nice. Okay, let's
Across
try
the
to
desert
recap the
sands.
point then. I could really use another loader. Oh, come on. Really? Head roll over this little rock.
Looks like I'm coming from below. He probably hears me. He hasn't seen me, but where is he? I think he drove off. What?
Oh, great, I don't have an extra crew member to get. Oh, was wondering why the button doesn't show up. Oh, what the fuck? Where did that guy come from? Gunner loader, machine gunner. How is he still alive? Can you fuck off? Thank you. What is that?
There's a Sherman there.
Brick my fucking... He bricked my
You
gun.
don't need a tail.
Who's smoking over there?
I'm not smoking. Smoking is not good for you.
Especially the stuff they smoke. Oh yeah, there's someone over there. Did he just kill it? The plane? Yeah, the plane got it. Nice. Good. Goody goody.
Haha, I machine gunned you.
You killed an Easter vark.
Yeah, all these people who
Oh, another
bring in
T-34.
trucks
Oh,
and whatnot
kill
into
it.
armored warfare.
Ah! Somebody from C. Great. Just as I wanted to kill a little T-34. Oh, great. An unground M4.
Reload, reload, reload. You're reloaded. Oop. Not quick enough. I'm not quick enough. Just did get 5 of them. Okay, now we got 5 of those.
What is happening? Oh, he shot down the plane. What the hell? Can't get up here. God damn it.
Come on, you know how to drive better than that.
Yeah, it's on ground, so I don't have anything.
Arno, keeping the skies clear.
Yes.
He did shoot down something.
Shot down 2 already, or 3.
See,
No,
he's
I
doing
only
a
saw
good job.
one. I can only confirm one.
Not an A, damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna flank around, see what I can do.
Where's this T-34 on the point? Ah, it's down there.
Always the flanks.
Do you already move on? Oh. Ah, there's the thing that killed me.
My wreckage.
My wreckage! That was way more turning than I expected. Dear lord. Just whipping this thing around. Ah, the thing died. Oh, what? I killed it. Did he? I think he did. Oh, there's a tank. There's a tank in front of you there, gamer.
Oh, yep. Okay, come on, come on. Turn the turret, turn the turret.
I disabled its engine. It won't be
Good.
moving.
Well, it disabled my gunner. The turret isn't moving. Okay, now it's moving.
I
Okay.
tapped his commander a little bit.
Now it got me.
Gunner loader. Ah! Too late.
Thank you, EAM Road. How you doing?
There we go. Finally, goddamn shitty ammo. If I had better ammo, I could have saved you, gamer. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. Good story, good story.
No, seriously. I'm using the stupid solid shell fucking ammo on the M4. If I had the explosive filler one, I would have actually killed him when I shot the second round in him. That's someone in front of me. Oh, it's just smoke. Smoking wreckage. The fuck is that weird ass sound? Oh no, it's behind me.
Always good to stop at the peak of a ridge and look around. And we won, actually. Wow.
Woohoo!
Let's do this.
Ooh, new tank.
Oh, Lum's got a new tank.
No, I can't get it because it's something that got moved in front of it. Now I can't actually buy it. I love that. Oh! Pfft. No, wait, it's only. Wait, why is it showing it like so weird? Okay, no, it's just one tank that moved in front of it. Great. Ah, guess I'm gonna research that thing.
Just think then you'll get 2 tanks when you get the next one.
Yay. That is just annoying. Hmm.
Well, it wouldn't be War Thunder if it wasn't annoying.
True.
Ah, good. Well.
Single point in a city. I love it.
Yes. Go and shoot him in the face. Long distance sniping here. Well, there's sort of a couple places you can, but
I mean, along the beach is pretty long range,
yeah.
but also really open. Mm. What the hell is that very loud sound? What is in front of me?
Thanks.
Gamer something is coming there.
Yeah.
It's very loud and angry.
Got enemies in my front.
T-34.
I got my gut barrel.
Ah, cock. He reloaded. No, wait, what? What shot me at T-14? What? That killed me? They barely even got into my hull.
AV1, take him out.
Time to bring out the shitty M4 that has nothing on it.
God, you saved me. You made him back up instead of shooting me again.
Oh, there you are now.
There he. How dare me?
Whoa, M4 in front of me just exploded. Why would he do that? Ah, got a loader. And somebody killed it. Ah, that's nice.
Ah, got a
At least I
Churchill
got
out
assist.
here.
Coming.
Flamethrowing Churchill.
Flamethrowing one? What the?
Crocodile.
Upgraded
Crocodile. Good. What if I shoot his box? It should burn up.
I mean, it should get rid of his ammo. At least for the flamethrower.
Yeah. Okay, got his driver. His driver's gone. He got my barrel. Still flamethrowing even though I machine gunned.
What the hell is happening? What is that sound? Is that the flamethrower?
I don't know. Don't know what sound you're referring to. Got my barrel
That
again.
really loud fucking swooshing sound that had no directional on it. It's just everywhere at all times. What the hell? Did you forget to put directional audio on that thing? What do you guys got up there? Oh, the Churchill. Got him.
Got
Say
him.
thanks.
Lum saved me.
Done,
Oh, you're both fucking repairing. Are you good?
Yeah, I got 10 seconds, 9 seconds.
I can't actually help you. I don't have parts. I just noticed. Just driving up to you for no reason.
I'll go around the corner and die if you want. My crews are about gone, so you don't have to.
I'm just checking around the corner if there's anything. But it looks mostly dead right now.
I'm pushing out here. Yeah, it looks mostly dead. Oh, there's somebody around here a bit. I saw some engine exhaust.
Oh.
Oh, somebody may have got it.
Killed it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, something just shot.
British. You got him.
A vendor. Smoke. Something to smoke over here.
I'll take care of that while Arno and I have a shooting gallery down here.
It's a KV-1. I'm not gonna take care of that. I thought it was a T-34, ran around the corner and shot into the turret. That did not work. Not with that gun and that ammo. That's not gonna work with that.
Oh, Arno's getting all the targets.
Let's bring out some premium. Even though it's way below PR.
Well, I don't know what that is.
I can't see anything. There's smoke and a smoke's clearing and a
You know, why is this
KV
below
Right
PR?
there.
That is
yeah, I got a
solid
KV
munition.
right in front of me. I can't see him.
Solid gun performance? What is this? I guess it's premium. That's why it's so low BR. Most likely made out of paper, as anything Japanese is. Fast it is, though.
On the track.
Hit and bounced. The 2 crews, so I'm loading slow. The exhaust up there, so there's still something alive there. He's moving.
Yeah,
Got him.
That guy's just taking rounds. That little fucking Sturm Mercer thingy. Oh, it's a Sturm thingy, yeah.
Got my track. Got the tree.
Ooh. That guy just get shot at? Oh wow, the reload speed isn't even that bad. Why is this tank such high, low BR? What the hell? I'm gonna use you as additional armor,
That's fine.
since I don't have any.
Well, at least I'm being useful.
There's something just around the corner there.
Yeah,
Yep,
but I
and
can't
he just got
see it.
that guy. And it's a KV.
Might see just a teeny piece of it, but I'm not even sure of that.
At least that.
Arno got him.
Arno got it. Whoa! Something I see between all
Churchill,
the
there's a
there.
Churchill turret crew out. Or crocodile. Yeah, I
Can't
don't know.
see it. And now it's smoked. I'm just gonna eat one of your rounds, I guess. Oh, for cock! Come on, you stole that! I was just about to shoot!
But it was a Sturmmorser. Let him have it. Let him have it. He only gets one
shot.
shot.
A rocket go past me.
He only gets one shot per game. Hello, War Thunder newbie. How you doing? Didn't look up until just now at the screen.
It. Ah! Something shot me from behind. My gunner is out. Whoa! What the fuck did shoot me actually? I don't see anything. Well, whatever.
Oh. Now in the visible section, okay.
Oh, what? Oh, what the he's inside of the body of the dead Churchill there, or whatever he was. What the fuck? Oh no, it's behind it. Barely visible.
He was inside of something. Not impossible, maybe in War Thunder, but... Oh, Sturmmorser got a second one. Very good.
Is it? Did he get the PT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he just has to hit nearby and I think he's dead.
He's on the other side of the building. See if he moves out from his cover. Shoot him. Ah, hello. Oh, this thing. I hate these. There we go. Boom. He died. Right, reload, 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 reload. he's going around the building.
And around.
Gonna use the smoke to get out here and kill me. Yay! Somebody did at least.
Yay!
And we
Oh, finally got the good ammo for my M4. Hell yeah.
was thinking about joining the British Empire.
I want to drive some fun vehicles. While the Japanese do have some fun vehicles, I sadly can't get them quite. So, let's try the British. They have a lot of fun vehicles.
Yes.
Actually, wait, do I have all of them equipped? Wait. No, whatever. No, no. I might have forgotten a vehicle. I just remembered. Oh, it's 6 now. Okay, maybe not. 6 oh. They changed it.
Points.
Oh, great. This thing.
Big battlefield.
With a city. Let's go into the city.
No, I'm not going into the city. Not
Why
if I can
not?
help it.
And the point is in the city. We have to go into the city.
Every single... No, you can flank around, but every single map from however it starts, they move it more and more so there's less and less long lines of sight, more and more hills, more and more ditches and other things, add building and other junk over time. I guess it's popular with most players, but
hey Arno, you like my tank?
I love that thing. Really cool.
He'll get there next time.
I just noticed that I have it. I thought this was some expensive event vehicle. Then I checked out my British and I have it.
Maybe you ground the event.
I don't remember if I did.
Always to the flank. I am so predictable.
Ah yes. He would do the same thing 50 times in a row. Nah. Yep. That's crazy. Also, there's a Tiger too. We are been fully upranked, dear lord.
Yeah, I figured.
How much pen does this have? It's actually solid pen, but solid shot. No explosive filler.
Yeah,
this is so sad.
Hit him a lot.
Or hit the ammo.
Well, maybe.
It's showing the easiest way. I love how this thing doesn't... Yeah, barely fits on the road. Oh, well, there goes the Tiger too. Dear lord, what the hell are they doing to the Tiger too?
I just got hit by
an M18.
Who just died.
There's a lot of M18s around, it sounds like. The Tiger 2 also died 2-1. And that Tiger also is about to die. I'm gonna guess 2-1.
Ah.
How does this thing only have 12 smokes? I would have guessed they would have put way more in here. What are you shooting at there, gamer?
That's Arno. I'm way back here. I died.
Oh, Arno, I guess. There's something there. I can't see it though. Where is it?
Oh boy, Arno got one.
A T1.
Funny
The
T1.
Tiger. Ah, damn, eyes one from the flank.
That's a friendly inside of the town here. Ah, that tiger just exploded. Where are they? Everything around me keeps exploding and I can't see what's shooting them.
Don't know.
I am getting confused.
I think I got two friends up here moving around because they're sort of moving together. Maybe it's just happenstance. They took out. What did they take out? An IS-1, I think. Oh! I just got hit in the engine. Just back up, 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 back up.
Is there someone in between the buildings? Yeah, there's someone in between the buildings right in front of me.
Well, kill him. I think he just killed me.
Where?
You just shot him.
Wow. Okay, it's an IS. That's rather unfortunate. I thought it was something different. I shot the wrong part.
Okay, well, I will endeavor to keep the skies clear.
Wow, that fucker actually survived the bomb that also dropped next to him. Right. Next funny thing. Did they redesign this? Feels flatter than before. More pancake formed.
I don't think so.
At least the turret is. I don't know. Might just be my imagination. Just feels flatter. Dear Lord, this thing drives so fast after you drive the dog. This thing is fucking lightning fast compared to the dog.
Yes. Well, look, just think you got up to the front lines even in the first wave. That is remarkable for a TOG.
I did shoot an enemy,
yeah,
and it was the highest one, which sadly has enough armor to take the TOG around very easily. Especially if you misidentify it for something smaller. What are you guys shooting at there? Oh, there it is. Dex missed. Great. Fucking tree in my way. Also, how did he kill my driver but nothing else?
And
I would help you, but there's a tree in my way, Arno.
Hello.
It's just started slowly to sink finally.
I'm gonna call you Roko. How are the days so far? Day's doing good. What's your opinion of Iran and what's going to happen in the short and long term? Short term, more explosions are going to happen. I can almost guarantee you that. Long term, it's going to be interesting. I think the goal is to, at least, I think from both the Israeli and the Americans, though they have different bombing plans, but they're coordinating. I think it's to decapitate the Iranian regime. I think they've sort of already done it, but they've announced a new Ayatollah replacement. Wonder how long he'll last. And they're going to, I think, put the Shah back into power. I think I don't know that it's going to succeed. I'm not saying I have a great confidence that it's going to succeed. I'm not saying it's going to fail either. I just don't know. Now, when I say put him back into power, I don't know that he's going to be like a absolute dictator or something, because he's talking about democracy, and he very well may try to set up a parliamentary system under it. So I think he's talking democracy to both the Western world and to his own people, and that they will have some idea of choice. And the reason I'm saying this sort of hedging a little bit, because we see what happens in countries like Egypt, what happened in Iran in the past, though, with a revolution, is that you will have a, shall we say, a divided, non-religious fundamentalist factions. You know, 2 or 3 different parties or whatever, and then you'll have one hardline religious faction that will not be divided, like we saw, you know, when we got rid of Mubarak in Egypt, and now we have democracy, which just simply voted in the Muslim Brotherhood. Not that they had the most votes. Well, they had the most votes, but not that they had the most people voting for them. It was just they got the most votes, so they won in the system that they were. He's dead, Arno. So then you had the Muslim Brotherhood taking over. There's another one up there, yes. And then you had another coup against them and put the army back in charge. So you either need to ban the radical Islamists and then let the other parties have some, you know, democracy, or you need to not have democracy, because I think that is going to be the case, because the Iranian people are overwhelmingly praising the attacks, but I see that can easily be, you know, 2/3 of the people are all really, really happy. 1/3 of the people may be really, really mad, and that 1/3 couldn't be enough to control whatever parliament. And let's see, I hope they return and I finish the White Revolution. I think a great idea, but needs to modernize. That's long term. I agree. Short term, more missiles. Yes, more missiles. Short term. We've had some U.S. servicemen killed. I do not know the.
Some American soldiers died?
Yeah, 3 have been confirmed. They are not reporting who or reporting who or circumstances until they say 24 hours after the family has been. Oh, I'm getting planed by Neb.
What? None? Pen on a T-44?
So I don't know if they're, you know, air crew that have been downed and a few wounded. So it could be air crew downed, or it could be.
Hey, Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello.
It could be Americans at one of the bases in the region got hit by a missile, and base got hit by a missile, and some of the Americans killed at the location. I don't know.
Funny British ammo. Sorry.
So, some Israelis were killed, which was expected as well, because they're not going to stop everything coming in. But so yes, and what else? If they put the Shah back in, they will force them to have a parliament government with ban all radical. Well, you see, I actually think the pretender or the claimant or the successor for the Shah, he's not yet the Shah because he's not yet in power, but I think he wants, he'll say the word democracy, but what I think he wants is a representative element within the government. Now, he's talking like, oh, hey, it's going to be, and I'm not saying it isn't to some degree going to be up to the Iranian people as a people to choose or approve or whatever the next form of the government that he would try to do. But I would think that... I see him. Okay, hit no damage. Gun. Sorry, we'll talk some more. And he got my gun earlier. There's a guy in front of me here.
Oh, good for you.
And he blew me up. So
even better for you.
The son, yes, Raza Pahlavi. So
okay, I don't know where I'm getting shot from. I'm just gonna drive.
I think he.
Oh, there.
Yes.
No, that was
I said there was one in front of me.
Yeah, but I got shot from the other side.
Oh well, the one in front of you also shot at you. Maybe it was after you died.
Yeah, I still got.
Somehow I spawned outside of the battlefield. Said return to battlefield immediately. Hadn't moved yet. No.
You get the support artillery immediately. Whoa, and they're shooting into our spawn. Where's this?
Yeah. Aircraft. It was for me.
No, there's a Type 4 that is over there still shooting into our spawn.
I'm not coming
Sadly,
back.
he's hiding behind trees from me right now.
I'm giving up on this map. You guys, whenever you're dead.
That's the T-34. I killed the loader of it.
So,
killed the commander and the engine. That's not good. He's about to shoot me. My paper thin armor cannot handle that. What?
At this point, I don't see how the current regime can survive. I know they have the IRGC, and it's still a powerful force, but I don't think they're going to be willing to or be able to kill their way out of this. I think there's just too many Iranians that are just not going to comply. I think the army at some point will revolt, the regular army. The regular army massively outnumbers the IRGC. Now, it may not be trained nearly as well, but I think it's enough. I think the U.S. can, to regular generals and colonels and whatnot, can give a soft landing if they need to outside the country. Okay, let's see what Roko
says. If you're back to Holland.
How long do you think we will, or how long do you think we will save Iran and we'll go back to Persia? Well, I don't know that it's going to go back to Persia. That I know a lot of people are talking about. I don't know that how many people know why it's called Iran. Iran is supposedly an old name for it, but it was during the father of the last Shah, when he was the Shah, he wanted to curry favor with Hitler. Hello, the Hoffmanator. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Wanted to curry favor with Hitler, and there is, and may be very correct, but I'm not sure how much is quote unquote retconning, but that Iran means Aryan, and so to the Western world it had generally been known as Persia. Whatever they called it internally is different, because like we call Germany, and the Germans call it Deutschland. It's sometimes the people in the country call it different than what foreigners call the country. So I'm not sure what they were calling themselves prior, but they sort of insisted instead of being called Persia, they be called Iran in the Western world. Yeah, that's an enemy there. Oh, it's an Italian clown car. Oh, you got my machine gun. You got me.
So the Italian clown car explodes.
So they pushed the name to being Iran to get Hitler's favor. And that I don't know if they want to be known as Persia or Iran in the future. I think that is immaterial. Yeah, well, his father, because of the sort of pro Hitler stance and the combined British and Iranian, or not British and Soviet invasion of Iran, to use it as a supply lines for getting Lend-Lease aid into Russia. there was a lot of pressure there to replace him, and so the son stepped in while the father was still alive and still, mentally competent, etc., etc. Engine. Oh, there's somebody
And I
behind you.
ricocheted off of it somehow. Oh, I killed it. Dang it.
Oh, I'm getting got.
There should be an M4 over there somewhere that I already killed all of its crew other than one.
Yeah, got the PT. What's your opinion on the last shot? Well, I think he was trying to do the right thing. I don't remember, but partially I don't want to say. I had contact for about a week with a significant personality in the previous Shah's government after the fall of the Shah. He was evacuated out by the Americans and went to work for the Americans, the American government. So I talked to him for a while, as well as other people, as well as reading and watching documentaries as well, not just talking to the one guy that I will say was training me at the time.
Solid shot. Why am I shooting at the engine? That's not gonna happen. Why are the ISS always turning their fucking tank around so you only see the engine? I hate shit like that.
And this guy knew the Ayatollah Khomeini. I'm trying to edit what I'm saying. I know I've said some of this before, but he knew Khomeini, and he said, and he was, like I say, rather. Where are the enemy here? Down there. My friend up here. That he was entirely blindsided by the revolution. They were worried about.
Damn. What the fuck? Why are the BTs in the water?
They were worried about the left wingers. The Mujahideen, which in Iran they were a Soviet sponsored insurgency, and that's what their big worry was. They did know of Khomeini, like they'd say they had met him, or he met him. Okay, I'll say this: he was in his jail. That both tells a little bit who the person I was talking about. Khomeini was in his jail for a while, and that's how we knew him. Because Khomeini's,
where did the IS go?
Not the modern Khomeini, but the older Khomeini, had spent a number of years, I don't remember just how many, in Iranian jails. So they definitely knew of the potential from the fundamentalists, we can call it that. I don't know if you want to call it the right or the as opposed to the left or whatever. But no, there he is. Okay, so if I get steady and hit him. Well, I hit his gun barrel and no damage, of course. Yay!
My machine gun. Oh no, I took down the tree. Hell yeah.
And they were very much trying to modernize Iran. You could say westernize. There was definitely an element there of that. I don't know that they were trying to pluralize Iran, as in a pluralistic democracy with elements. They were very worried about Soviet influence, so they were worried because the Soviets were basically supporting any left-wing group. So left-wing political groups were not, free to operate entirely. So, and you can look and I don't remember all the details of Mossadegh's situation. It wasn't exactly, the U.S. didn't exactly. Oh shit! Okay, I'm not doing well here. He didn't. Mossadegh was sort of like the prime minister under the Shah.
Oh fuck!
At the time,
the wrong way.
The U.S. it would be sort of like the U.S. getting rid of Starmer and reestablishing royal governance in England as opposed to parliamentary government is sort of what happened when they got rid of Mossadegh. And that's the left is always, oh my God, the CIA, and oh my God, we're not. He was democratically elected. Well, yeah, he probably did win the election. Hey, Toyjet. Win the election democratically doesn't mean that he's going to be a, some. Oh, come on. How am I missing you? How am I missing you?
English tanks, boy. I love it.
Let's see. What did he say? When did he went hard and fast with spend too much for him? No, I would not say. I mean, yes, he definitely lived a lavish life, but I don't. How do I put this? Yes, a ruler is responsible, or governor, whatever you want to say, is responsible for the people that he governs, where like a private individual is not responsible for everybody in his country. But I don't think his lifestyle, the cost of his lifestyle, substantially deprived people of a good economic situation in his country. I think the lavishness of his life is just a small fraction of the government's funding. What would be different with at the time of the Shah's collapse, Iran had one of the top 5 rotary wing air. I don't know, you want to ask because I think it was part of the army, but air fleets of the world. So it had a lot of helicopters, as well as F-14s and other jets. So all that military spending, which was done because of worries about neighbors, and particularly the Soviet Union, that was much, much, much more expensive than the Shah's, lavish lifestyle. So I don't. The left will, either today or back then, will point to that and then go, hey, there's these poor people living in this very poor village somewhere. Shouldn't the money be spent somewhere else? They're always, if you have money for X, you should also have money for Y. Does Toyjet or Eric want to join us?
I'm just going to be chilling for now.
Okay, does Toyjet?
I'll be joining in.
Okay, cool. I will give you an invite then.
5-7?
Yes, currently, yes.
Alrighty.
So I don't think so. I don't think that was a real cause of anything. Okay, Hoffmanator says any kind of rapid social and geopolitical change will spark pushback. Yes, there is definitely that, but there was also part of the revolution, and I've read a bunch of books. I mean, like less than 10. I mean, I'm not saying like I read 50 or 100, but less than 10. But I've read a bunch of books that deal with the Iranian Revolution. The revolution that happened was sort of an all-parties revolution at the time. Everybody who was dissatisfied with the Shah's government was out in the streets. and we can see that immediately the radical Islamists take over governance. So you're right that Hoffmanader is absolutely right that they were doing rapid social change, where a certain social class, middle and upper, would women would be dressing in very Western fashion, and of course, the more money you had as an individual, the more lavishly or expensively they would dress in women's fashion. But that wasn't shared necessarily by the mass of people. That much of women's liberation in Tehran, let alone more regionally. So there was definitely an element within Iran that was happy in moving down this path. But there was also, like I say, the sort of hardcore Soviet left. I am censoring myself of sort of what I know, and I know it's no longer any sort of security clearance or anything like that, but partially I think people aren't going to believe me, but I do have a bit of an interesting past.
Gamers telling us about aliens again.
No, not aliens. I have never, to my knowledge, I've never met a lizard person. They might exist, but I have never met one to my knowledge.
But what about a bug?
Bug people? I don't know about them.
Yeah.
Are we talking? Are we talking like a bug like Starship Trooper bugs or what? I don't know.
No, we're talking.
Yeah,
We're talking.
no.
Brain,
You got-
bug. That is
What about Starship Troopers 2? You know,
Oh,
when they get infected.
yeah, that movie really sucks.
I watched it because you said it sucked, and I agree with you.
Yes, it really sucked. The third one's okay. The first one I think is actually very good. I mean, it's its own sort of comic book type thing, but I think it's very good. Not great, but very good. And the TV series that they did, the animated TV series, is good as well. But that second movie just completely sucks. But I just don't know how much I should say here on a simple chat. But there was very there's proof. It's not just there's some evidence. There's 100% proof that the Soviets were running an insurgency into Iran to overthrow the Shah, and it had significant. I don't know right off the top of my head, but let's say 5% popularity or something of the people of Iran for some sort of left pro-Soviet socialist type government in Iran, whether that was core communism or just left-wing socialism and several leftist parties allowed, the socialists, the communists, whatever, allowed in parliament. I don't know, but so you got people that were pushing for even more rapid change in certain directions than we're going, because the Shah's government, I explodified, was definitely willing to have women. I don't know. I mean, there may be a few, because I've seen some photos, of college students, women in like mini skirts, but most of them were, shall we say, relatively modest by Western standards, skirts and etc. So it's not like everybody, but it wasn't, and I don't know of any real like free love or other sort of extreme Western viewpoints with it. It was just sort of, hey, we're modern. Hey, we can wear sort of modern fashions. Women can vote. Women can be free agents within the world and not have to rely upon their family or whatever for
what
control.
The hell happened over there, Arno?
So
F-36 and some weird French thingy.
So
yeah, everything just suddenly exploded. Just as I was about to shoot that guy.
So when you're talking about what the way either Iran is today from what the government perspective is, and even from other information I've got, significantly post the fall of the Shah. Where was he? Okay, over that way. There very much was a ongoing social situation in at least Tehran, in which women, either a lot of times just as women's parties, or couples party, married couples kind of parties, that the women would wear their burqa and whatever and go there, and then take that burqa off, and then basically have Paris fashion under it once they got into whoever's home that was throwing the party. And just, so socially, behind closed doors, they would still dress and behave as if the revolution, the Islamic Revolution, had never happened. And that supposedly, privately, has continued ever since the revolution. Now, I don't know how widespread is that. Is that like some, 1% minorities in and around Tehran? Got them. Or was that 10 or 20% of the sort of Tehran upper middle type class, behind closed doors, living, if you will, to some degree, a Western style, or somewhat Western style. So it was, it's significant, obviously significantly radically different than, a complete patriarchy. I mean, the women talk about in the West, the patriarchy. What, you've been allowed to vote for 100 years? Or something like, so
57.
That. So yes, okay. And what Roko's saying, this guy, Jamshid, okay, I don't even want to try to pronounce it. You are talking about, is this, he was a playboy in private life. Call me Roko. Yeah, Roko. I will say this, the guy that I'm talking about, I don't remember his name. I wish I did. Because this was back in the 80s is when I was trained by him.
Enemies incoming.
So I don't remember his name. I knew his name.
Dang it.
I just quite honestly don't remember it, and I haven't looked through some of my records that I have, and I don't. Got him. I don't know that I have it. Either if I saw a good photo of him, or but I wouldn't call him a playboy. Like I said, he, at least at one time, and I will say this, I know more. I know more, and I'm not going to say what I know, but because I am narrowing it down to some degree, but not huge amount. Well, maybe a huge amount. He at least ran one of the Shah's prisons at one point. So, meaning the head of the prison, not just like, hey, a guard in there or something. And I know because of who, shall we say, sponsored the training and other things that I know about it. I know that the credibility or the background of this person is solid. What I was informed, it isn't like somebody claiming something. It was clear. Well, you work for the CIA because you know a lot of geopolitics. Well, no, I've never worked for the CIA, but well, no, it's not knowingly. I mean, I've never been like a CIA agent or anything like that. I say knowingly because I have done some security work. I don't know that. I don't think it was CIA at all. But yes. Now, did this guy I'm talking about ever maybe work for the CIA? I don't know. But yes. So, yeah. So, oh, and compared to a lot of real serious people, no. I've just had some training and some security experience and whatnot. There's a lot more.
Reloading.
A lot more people. Oh, there he is. People with a lot more.
Oh, cock. They was low.
Experience and inside information than I have. I think Trump. I think I was talking about this yesterday. I do not. Oh, got him. There's that. Yeah, got him. He's dead, Arno. He's dead.
Nice.
Okay. I don't like movements, couldn't be governments, that promote a universalist ideology. This is particularly why I was anti-Soviet, is not because I hated the idea, not that I liked the idea, but not that I hated the idea so much that some country out there was communist. Now, I hate the Bolshevik Revolution because I'm a counter-revolutionary for multiple reasons, including if you get the year date in my description here. I hate, like the Bolshevik Revolution. But the idea that if some country, whether Finland or Timbuktu, wants to, without
what a funny collection of countries he just named.
Yes, but without butchering a lot of people and having some crazy revolution, and boom, I just blew up to a tank. So be careful, Arno. I don't know where it got me. Front right, a bit.
Is that alive?
You're moving into his line of fire. So, but I really don't care, if people choose, in a reasonable sort of manner, choose to live under communism. That it doesn't harm me, and if they're voluntarily living under a system of government that they like or economic system, that's fine. But when you're out there expressing the desire to turn the whole world communist, and you're watch it, he just killed me, or he just shot at me from over there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, kill him.
He's on the map.
That is when I have a need to do something about it, and I have done things about it in the past.
Third ring is out.
Okay, I'm repairing. I can't move. My transmission's out. I'm going to get in 5, 4.
Artillery.
Yes, 1 turn. Okay, I'm not going to help Arno. I'm going to help Arno by shooting this guy, which I didn't kill him.
Gamer straight out here, just saying how it is, not helping Arno.
There we go. Now I'm going to help Arno.
Thank you.
I helped him by saving him. So, yeah, I don't mind somebody living in a way that I don't approve of, as long as it isn't like cannibalism or mass murder or something like that. But just in a method that I'm not favor of. But communism wants to spread its belief around the world. Well, religions, and if you want to do so in the argument of the marketplace, the marketplace argument out there, everybody, hey, my religion's best because of this reason, and somebody else is saying their religion's best because this other reason. And if that's all you're doing, I'm fine with it.
Fuck, just kill you, toy
and you may believe
it's a French truck with a couple of Oerlikon 20 mils on the back.
See, I just saw a laser just destroy
I'll get to the stuff here. But if you just believe that you have the only true religion, but you're willing to
so they are kind of laser accurate,
to allow others to live in a different method, that's fine. So this is why I don't like fundamental Islam, is because they want to spread their religion by violence and do not want to accept derivation from their religious beliefs. But I also don't like America out there trying to spread democracy. I am against that. I'm not against democracy. I'm against the idea that we feel the need to spread it. As I said, and I think I articulated it fairly well yesterday, America should be maybe interested in spreading good governance, deal with countries that govern themselves well, and countries that behave well internationally, meaning they're not spreading terrorism or just spreading chaos or whatever, or be a narco state that allows drugs to flow out to the world and facilitates that. Those kinds of things that we want to stop on. This way,
let's go.
Yes, this way when we have a monarchy somewhere won't feel like, oh my God, I've got to be anti-American because America is going to, not just now, but forever, chip away at my family's rule of this country. So I've got to be anti-American just because they're trying to spread democracy, as opposed to, other reasons. Now, they may still want to be anti-American, like I say, for other reasons, geopolitical conflicts or whatever. I mean, there's reasons to conflict with nations. But that's, and I would say to some degree, Saudi Arabia tries to clean up the worst of its fundamentalists. Yes, that is why, Osama bin Laden was hanging out in Afghanistan and not in Saudi Arabia. But yes, there are elements within high-ranking Saudi culture that definitely sponsored Osama bin Laden. So it's not like they're completely, blameless in what happened in 9/11, but I don't believe it was some central government plot from the Saudis to commit 9/11. So, but the Saudis are pro-American not because traditionally because they loved America. No, they were afraid of the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and then post-Cold War they're afraid of Iran, and that's trying to spread their version of Islam into Saudi Arabia. So they see other threats greater than America. But if those other threats disappeared, if they see America as a strong desire to spread spread democracy.
America sells some very nice weaponry.
Right? Yes. We do that well.
Whoa! What? I don't know, exploded.
The left.
Got a bunch of tanks over here.
Yeah, I know. I already nearly killed an M18 over there somewhere. But I don't see any other things. Somebody finished off the M18. It was Chinese.
Gotcha, you turned your side of your turret to me, you stupid. You.
What the heck?
Get me. Okay, got your loader. Will be delayed. And he burnt down, I think. There's another guy back there. So I'll get back to the chat in a moment. I hope you guys can hang on while I drive my tank a bit. But yeah, keep putting questions or comments in the chat. I don't ignore my chat. It might take me, especially if I'm actually trying to play the game here.
It's just a little slow.
Yeah, a little bit to get to it, and/or because I'm, sometimes ranting, sometimes.
What the fuck? That came from behind.
Monologuing.
Far out on the left. He's flanking along the
gotcha.
the ridge on the far left.
Yeah, I'm looking. I can't see it. Oh, I see it. Got it.
Kill. Nice. Just drove past a friendly T-34 as well. I don't think they noticed each other.
Yep.
Down. Sometimes I can actually be good at this game. Not that I'm great or anything, but sometimes I can be good. Other times
Okay, but that only happens when the enemy is paid out of bots.
Yeah, I know.
Paid actors.
Or little children that barely know how to play games.
Ah, hello. Yeah. Oh, I know. But just think about this.
He's top of the leaderboard right now, so.
Well, yeah, because this is what he's saying, is that it's filled with little children, and he's probably right. Now, see, I'm teaching the little children how to play.
What the hell is that?
By explodifying this.
SM91.
You understand I'm not in the battlefield. Yeah. I'll get to it. I respect my, people who take. Oh, hello. Hello. Do I keep? No. I'm gonna die here. Got a guy and turrets out.
Careful,
bright
there's something to your left there.
I don't think anybody's gonna come and save me in time. Let's see. Let me catch up with some of the traps. Got here for the moment. Okay.
Zero self-preservation instinct. Going for it.
If someone travels enough, you can pick up on geopolitics very easily. At least it boosts the ground level intelligence. Oh yes. Travel does help. Because however good your book reading, your watching documentaries, which are all very helpful, because you can get other perspectives. Just sort of going and seeing the rhythms of the way the people live gives you a decent perspective on things. Just wondering, you think president's next target is Cuba? Well, I don't know about next, but it's the world has changed, and I'll get back to playing here while talking. It isn't Trump, and a lot of people, I say this, that Trump is a symptom. He is not a cause, for good or for bad, whether you like Trump or not. The rules-based order, and I know I've talked to a few people here who very much promoted the rules-based order and was blaming Trump for the ending of it.
There's another one.
It isn't Trump that ended it. Ended it, in my opinion, and sometimes you have to look back at events to really understand them. Rules-based order basically ended when Russia took over Crimea, and the West, not just America, but the West, did basically nothing about it. They sanctioned a few Russian leaders, but let's finish the Nord Stream pipeline and buy even more energy from Russia. So Russia realized at that point, and the rest of the world realized at that point.
Please get him, gamer.
Okay.
There's also an SU-85 to your right somewhere. I heard him, but he's still up.
Okay.
Be aware.
Thank you.
Bugs.
Yeah. So that's when, in my opinion, the rules-based order ended. That it was shown that a country can, without much penalty, take a major chunk of territory that was internationally recognized away from another country. Good. So, and Marco Rubio gave, a press gaggle talk.
Fucking M18s everywhere. What is happening?
Within the last 24 hours about how the world has changed. So this isn't Trump. This isn't America that's doing this. I mean, they're reacting to it.
Got our guy on 8.
And those that desperately want to keep the rules-based order, for good or for bad, whether you think it's good or bad. Okay, hello. Let's see. You take a long time to reload, so I can be careful on my aim. They're trying to restore it. Well, they're not, and part of it, I would say, is Europe's demilitarization, disarming, that has made, and the U.S. won't because we don't just randomly nuke countries who disobey the rules-based order, but the U.S. can't be everywhere and police everything, and because there are nukes out there, U.S. can't just always, invade Russia or whatever over Crimea. But there could have been a much, much more serious, like a complete embargo, no trade, not a blockade, but no trade between Western Europe and the West generally with Russia over Crimea, zero. And not allow any of their ships in port, no trade either direction, west to east, whatever. There could have been that. And that could have been the price to pay for Crimea. Might not have got Crimea out, but probably would have not had the next major invasion into Ukraine. Just because if they'll do that over Crimea, what will they do over, Ukraine, or what will the world do over Taiwan? When that happened, I'm sure China at the time evaluated, well, as soon as we can military, and this is what I said back then, if China believes, one, it can militarily take, it will take Taiwan as soon as it believes it can. It believes it. Not that it actually can, but it believes it can. Whether whatever the state, whether it mistakenly believes it can or it waits past its, it can, but it waits longer because it makes sure it will invade Taiwan. And I still believe that. But I think China was also evaluating it with the basic notion of there isn't going to be major consequences. They won't stop trading with us. Oh, they'll put on an extra tariff. They'll do an extra this or that. But we'll have Taiwan, and we'll have all the semiconductor processing making capabilities that Taiwan will give us, etc., etc. They'll believe that. But if they had seen the world completely shut down, Russia over Crimea, China might go, well, we might be able to militarily take it, but the cost to take it is going to be so high, we better not. But no, that's and so this is why excuse me, drink something here.
Dying.
Yep.
Oh.
This is why I say the rules-based
I
order.
hit the antenna. Didn't know they had the damage model on the antenna.
Is over. And so the U.S., not just Trump, but the U.S. government is reassessing the situation. The U.S. government realizes, and it's not just now or in the next 10 years, but realizes the Danish cannot defend Greenland. And the U.S. is maybe evaluating things and going, I don't know that outside of the U.S., NATO is going to survive as a significant military power. Because we've seen all the governments, even after the invasion of Ukraine in Western Europe, at least publicly, they're not doing much about rearmament. And they're often still left-wing governments that, deplore, decry the idea of naked aggression of Putin, but they're not really doing anything about it. They're ideologically captured by the left, and so looking 20, 30 years down the road, if they continue down this path, I'm excluding the U.S. from NATO because the U.S. might be busy fighting a war, say, with China or something, like a naval war, not necessarily, American divisions marching across China, but, conflict with China that then makes Greenland look vulnerable because the U.S. is tied down, and if NATO either politically, socially, or practically unwilling to defend Greenland, and with the thawing of a lot of the ice up there and whatnot, might become an attractive target for something like a revitalized. And for all of the people who say, isn't Russia pretty much done? Well, Germany was pretty much done in 1919. In 1939, it started another world war. And maybe not really come close to winning the war, but gave it a good shot at it. So just because Russia may be pretty much done now, and so, I don't think they're going to invade Finland in the next 4 or 5 years. But I don't know why 20 years from now, Russia might not be invading Finland if Europe looks weak and for whatever reasons, it doesn't look like America's going to seriously come into the conflict. It may decide, we're going to return Finland or the Baltic states to the Russian Empire. And once they successfully do that, they might want Greenland. So countries or territories like Greenland, or countries like Canada, and Canada really started when the Prime Minister of Canada shows up and says, if you don't continue if you tariff us too much, you're going to destroy Canada. And Trump sort of voices the opinion, well, if Canada can only survive because of support by America, then Canada should not exist as a country. If Canada cannot, I'm not saying fight off America or fight off any opponent in the world, but I'm just saying generally, if it's going to collapse because it doesn't get support from America, well, then it shouldn't exist as a country. You know, it really shouldn't. If a country cannot, you know, if a country gets cut off from, you know, especially one that actually has, you know, port access to the world, if it gets cut off from all aid, well, then it shouldn't be a country. And that could include something like Israel. Now, I understand Israel wants as much support, you know, including economic support, as from the U.S. as it can get. Well, great. It should want that. But if Israel cannot right now, I mean, I'm talking back in the 50s or the 60s when it was still sort of forming. But if all foreign aid were to be cut off from Israel, if Israel can't survive as a country, it shouldn't exist. It needs to have the ability to... Uh-oh, I just explodified. Probably from up on the hill. No, up on the hill somewhere.
Yeah,
He's pointing a barrel at Glum. Gun barrel at Lums.
Oh, yeah, that's like 5 around over the hill.
Yeah.
There's 5 across. Yep, I'm done. Where I'm going.
Yep. So,
There's just one, there's like 5.
So I'm not saying the U.S. should, you know, be sending, you know, the 82nd Airborne right now into Canada. But if Canada, you know, and there's Alberta is seriously considering, they're going to have it looks like, and they haven't got all the signatures or everything done yet, but it looks like they're going to have a plebiscite on leaving Canada. I'm not saying I think it's going to win, but you know, it's, and like when they did the last plebiscite over Quebec, that, you know, it nearly, staying in Canada just nearly squeaked by. So I think it's going to probably be something like that. But even if, and Alberta sort of knows that it's probably realistically not going to be the alternative of just being an independent country, that it's going to have to become a state and then become a state within the United States. I think it understands that. I saw one interview that's been repeated several times. Some guy said, well, yeah, I think being an American state is better than this, but I just want to be in Alberta. Well, you know, so he realizes, you know, and this wasn't some intellectual person. It was just looked like that.
I was going to say, I wouldn't drive that way. There's like 5 gun bears looking at you.
You know, a construction worker or something, you know. He would look sort of grimy at the time, but not like a homeless person, but just like somebody, you know, from the, you know, after a day's work in the, you know, pit mine or whatever, driving a tractor or something. You know, so I'm not saying the guy was stupid by any means, but not talking some big,
how did that kill me?
Some big think tank kind of guy. That, you know, he realizes that, you know, or what he would want is to be, oh man, I'm getting shot from several ways and I don't know which way to point my gun barrel. I'll shoot it at the Ukrainian flag, and I got the Ukrainian flag. And you know, not that he wants to be American. Like I say, he would rather be an independent, you know, country. But he realizes that that's probably not a practical option, and he sees being an American state, because they have a lot more internal autonomy within the state than, I gather, a Canadian province does. So you know what how they govern themselves is you know, better within that, as well as economically. You know, there'll be a lot of it's no longer trade, and you no longer have tariffs selling oil to America and whatnot. So it would probably just be economically better to be a U.S. state.
Every time I've had this map since they revamped it, this is what happens. This side gets pushed to the spawn every single time.
Well, yeah, it's very badly designed currently. The other side has such an easy advantage on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's idiotic.
Hey,
So,
it's Chin. What are you expecting?
I do think there's a effort to destabilize Canada by the U.S., not to take it over, to invade it. I don't think we're going to invade Cuba either. Though I think we are going to try to destabilize, or we are trying to destabilize, the current regime in Cuba.
But they're already out of power.
Well, that's what, yeah, but cutting off fuel.
What is this fucking air fucking bullshit? There's so many planes. Fuck
and
off.
try to install a different government in Cuba. I don't know what it will look like, because I think by any reasonable metric, Batista's corrupt regime in Cuba was better than Castro's governance.
There are so many aircraft we cannot shoot them down in time.
Yeah. So you know, you can talk Batista bad, but Castro worse. So I don't know what, I don't know if Marco Rubio is going to, instead of running for president or try to be vice president, if he's going to go become dictator of Cuba, because he is Cuban in ancestry, and does speak Spanish, unlike Ted Cruz, who is Cuban in ancestry, but I mean, he knows some Spanish, more than I do, but doesn't really speak it like speaking a language. So he would not be a decent choice for, being a dictator in Cuba. So, and I'm not saying that's even likely, as sort of the meme of, putting Marco Rubio in charge of everything. But, I could see something like, in this sort of new world order, that the Cuban people would go, hey, the exiles coming back, and somebody like Marco Rubio coming in as some sort of, leader in Cuba. And not that they wouldn't have some, a parliament, an assembly, a congress, or whatever you want to call it, and have people being elected to office within there. But
Fucking Christ.
It may not be an election, or whatever, but could be interesting. Let's see what next year. Rocco, I truly think the whole 2000s, I think the communists will be more economy with conservative socials. I agree. The U.S. shouldn't force other nations on freedoms. Yeah, I see. Again, it's good governance. If you have not all societies, and I talked yesterday about why China is not interested in freedom. They're interested in stability. The Cultural Revolution, the Great Leap Forward. We're also going back to the 19th century, the chaos there, and the tens, if not hundreds of millions of people died in that 100-year period, as well as the Chinese Civil War. So China's more interested in social harmony and stability than freedom. So trying to push freedom on China, I think, is a mistake. Now, that doesn't mean that the CCP is a good governance model for China either. It's it's that kind of thing. Okay, and because every time they create hate for them, and they become terrorism, because every time they try it, same with them. Now, the British Empire, I think there is a lot of people out there in the world look back, that were governed by Britain, look back upon the British Empire fondly now, because what the British gave to these people were good governance. That was sort of the hallmark of the British Empire. In most areas that they took over, they gave good governance. So I think this is part of why America failed in both Iraq and Afghanistan. We were trying to give them liberal democracies and free voting, and that's not what the people wanted. We should have picked effective, because there's both effective and ineffective, leaders, and supported them. Maybe in different regions in Afghanistan, or find the most effective leader that we can install in Iraq, and have them govern. And when they needed to execute a few people, let them. I'm not saying mass murder, but if there were terrorists or others that were going to deal with it, let them do it. Now, I'm not saying the U.S. does it. Let them do it. And if they can effectively govern the country, post Saddam, that's what we should do. But no, we wanted to install democracy. We wanted to do that as if the belief that if they just have the right system, everything will be good. This goes back to my earlier talks on what we lost with World War I, and we now fight over, or have been fighting over, formulas and treating everything like cogs. Meaning if you just have the right formula, whether the right economic formula, the right government formula, everything will be good. Where I think people matter more than the proper formula. Now, formulas do matter. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying if you have the perfect formula, but the people don't respect the formula and are incompetent and other things, when I say don't respect it, maybe trying to actually get in power and subvert the formula that they've been enforced on them. Hello, let's shoot you. Boom, no damage. Somebody else just shot you. And somebody... Another hit, no damage. Wow, this T-34 is taking a lot of damage. Or a lot of hit, no damage. So, Arno got him. Good work. So, I don't have a problem with the British Empire. I'm not saying everything was perfect with it by any means, but I don't have a problem with an imperial system. It's trying to set up this ideological system of, they want to call it liberal democracy or constitutionalism or whatever. I mean, there can be a lot of terms for it, as being the mistake for Afghanistan and Iraq. And nation building, not just in trying to set up a functional government, but trying to build a Western democracy nation building kind of thing. What we're seeing
it's too far down.
happening in Venezuela, we have informed, unless they either want to die or have a all paid for trip to the United States, the leaders of Venezuela will comply with certain requirements. And then there will be, I think, at some point, elections in Venezuela. And so a lot of the people that they just have Trump derangements in them. Anything that either makes Trump looks good or anything Trump wants to do has to be bad. And that's just the way they are. But I think Trump realizes, and trying to do complete regime change. There's the denazification of Germany happened, and I think it was largely successful. But then, oh shit, I'm getting killed in spawn. They're overlooking up to the left out of spawn on the ridge. There's bad dudes. So we were.
There's somebody already to my left.
Yep.
Thanks.
They just blew me up there. So we were doing debathification in Iraq, and which I think may have been a mistake. Just, anybody involved with the old Saddam regime, because they were all criminals, and they probably were, not arguing that point, but that must go, as opposed to try to find people with some experience, and we support them so long as they stay within the guardrails, whatever the guardrails we set up. I think Trump realizes that, so it's not like everybody in the Maduro regime must go, and we must put in this, I forget her name, the woman that got the Peace Prize. We must put her and install her in. I think Trump would be perfectly happy that if in time she can win an election and form a government, to have her be the president of Venezuela. I don't think this is like that we want to, that people always blame Trump. Whenever again, it's Trump derangements. He's talking to a dictator. Well, yeah, Obama probably talked to the same guy too. Well, but Trump says he's a great guy. Well, Trump will say that anybody who's doing what Trump wants to do, he's a great guy. And the moment he's not doing what Trump wants done, he's the worst guy ever on the planet. You know, Trump does use hyperbolic language. He doesn't use sort of wishy-washy, oh, well, I condemn him for this, and this, but, you know, no, he's just like, oh, hey, this guy, yeah, he's, hello, let's see if I can shoot you and destroy you. I did both. I shot and destroyed.
Dear Lord. You did both.
Yep. So, Trump will, you know, talk up Kim Jong-un or whoever, and all that stuff. It's not because he approves everything. Oh, he's a dictator because he cozies up to dictator. No, he's trying to get something out of the dictators without invading them, without so you make nice noises, and then you see what you can get from them, which may be getting some people out of prison, out of being in an internment camp, or it may be just a better trade deal or something. I don't know, but it's his style. I don't think he's pro the other woman who's the vice president or was the vice president of Venezuela, who's now the president. I don't think he's pro that person. I don't think he's trying to somebody. Yep, there he is. Oh, he's trying to help a friend who's upside down. Okay, reload.
Oh, yeah.
I think you really. Okay, somebody. Okay, there's also the guy upside down.
Get the upside down guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna reload. Plus I have somebody else on my other side.
He's dead. Okay, we cleared the point. Somebody's now taking B. And so I think we're going to. I don't know that everybody's going to be brought to justice who would be considered a criminal in Venezuela. I don't anticipate that. A few more people might be, showing up in prison somewhere, and a few of the political leaders under the Maduro regime very well may win elections because Maduro did have a certain level of popular support. So if there are elections held in Venezuela, they may come back, I don't know, as a congressman or whatever.
Oh,
The formula.
Woo.
The formula for the country is, and they may very well have a continuing role.
Shot over him.
But I
think coming down the river.
I think when it can be, yeah, I see him. He just shot at me. No damage. Hit. No damage. So I think Trump, instead of trying to nation build or everybody who was part of the old regime must go kind of logic, is not what Trump's going to do. So, yes. Okay, let's see. Communism never has a soft approach. There are only one logical conclusion. You're absolutely right, but Hoffmanator. But communists try to deceive people.
How did he not get into my tank? I mean, comment.
They try to appear. Back in the 80s, conservatives on the economy. Now it's liberals.
Sometimes.
Same with social policies was by liberals.
Sometimes.
Yes.
What is he shooting at? Is he trying to kill my gun or something stupid? What is he doing? He
becomes a Soviet
shot me twice in the comment, and he couldn't pen me? What is he doing?
Communism is antithetical to the human condition. It is not natural for humans. So the only way, and I don't believe in the clean slate theory, in that you can, if you get somebody at birth and you can mold them into anything you want. No, I think there is, whether it's biological or others, I think there's some inherent human attributes or human way humans function that is hard-coded in one way or another into us. And so the only way you can have communism is through force. It isn't through re-education and everyone's just going to naturally be communist. So Hoffmanator is right that you can have what I call communalism is a voluntary group of people living in a communal manner. It could be out on a commune, it could be in a neighborhood, could be sort of spread around. So yes, but on a national large level, it needs force. Okay.
How am I taking so many shots in a comet? I'm made out of paper. Just shoot me. What the fuck?
The younger generation never grew up in the Cold War. Yes, the younger generation doesn't understand the Cold War and the binary choice that they were pushing on us. I see myself as a fiscal conservative. Yeah, well, there's all kinds of conservatives out there. This is why realpolitik is used on the global stage, balance of power, and as such hold little for feelings. Yes, nations have, there are, because culturally the United States is tied to Britain, and that does go beyond practical geopolitics, but it's still also geopolitics, as well as being a massive. Canada's economy is already destroyed by the Liberal government. Yes. Oh, yeah, Canada's destroying itself, I think, entirely. Just build 2 pipes for BC for BC and the Atlantic Ocean. But Canada, I think the last chance Alberta is trying to help Canada scare Ottawa. No, I don't know that Alberta is going to be independent or anything like that. I do feel that there is a large element within Alberta and some of the other Western provinces that they would be either voting for or just signing the petition for the vote is to, scare the central government in that you can't take us for granted, and not believing that there will be a joining the United States, though I don't think we're going to see a change in it. We may see a change within Britain itself, but I don't think the British Empire is coming back, even as a voluntary organization of Anglo nations, joining, meaning Canada and Australia and New Zealand are all going to come to a close political organization with the United Kingdom and form a new Anglo-British, whatever you want to call it, empire. I'm not talking about going and reconquering India or some other culturally different region, or even conquering any regions, but a political centralization. So I don't see that happening. I think eventually, and the United States, since before its independence, has tried to take Canada twice by military invasion, and there was almost a third one. The Americans lost both of the invasion attempts. One was, I believe, in 1774. There was a significant American force heads up to, hello, you're going to shoot at me and take out my gunner and driver. There's a guy right in front of you, dude. I can't. Oh, you sort of kind of know. Okay, I can now. And you shot me, and you took out my gun. Okay, well, repair. And they thought they were going to help liberate Canada from the British, and very much in that mind, just show up with an army and we'll win. But the actual colonists up there at the time were not wanting independence from England at that time. So that failed, and then later with the War of 1812, which was really fought over Britain kidnapping American sailors, but particularly in the northeast of America, a lot of the popularity for the war is they thought they were going to have an easy invasion of Canada and add more territory to the United States up in their region, and they got their butts kicked. So yes, whether by the Canadians and or by the British Empire, we've had our butts kicked twice in invading Canada. And there was the slogan 54-40 or fight, I believe is what the slogan was. Are we battling Germany? Yes, Germany's on both sides of this conflict.
What? There was a second one there? Damn.
But that was the border was negotiated without. Oh, hey, I killed the German barrel. I think it's just German barrels are easier to kill in this game than other nations. Not so
I
much
mean, if
my...
you could kill the Soviet barrels that easy as German barrels, they wouldn't be as tanky as they would, because you
Yeah.
would just shoot the barrel.
I think you're right, Lum, and I think it's by design. So anybody, you know, who thinks that and it does come from America's idea of manifest destiny. Now, manifest has a religious meaning to it, but whether it's by religious people or not, America still has manifest destiny, and it was definitely there with spreading west across America, but I think it's also to spread north. Canadians should fear America if they want to be independent, but it's not going to be like we're going to come in and kick all of the Canadians out. We might kick out, if it's in a relative recent time, we might kick out a lot of the recently immigrated people to Canada. You know, those
no more Poutine.
You know, kick out. Well, I think Poutine's been there for a long time, but you know, kick out the people that showed up in the last like 10 or 15 years or something. You know, from Pakistan or wherever. Those people may go, whether they have citizenship or not. But I don't think it's going to be like, oh, we're going to like the Soviets, you know, or the Nazis come in and, you know, take all of the industry for ourselves and kick out people. And I'm not saying this is going to happen at any time soon. I'm just saying I think it's the inevitability someday, you know, maybe 100 years from now. But I think it's more political integration into the United States, more so than, you know, they'll all have American citizenship rights and get to vote and all that kind of thing, and own their property that they currently own, and you know, and that's all going to just sort of be that is how I think it will happen. And I think it very well may happen just because Canada collapses and the U.S. Moves into the vacuum. I want to be clear, I do not think, and I am not advocating for violent military conquest of Canada.
He wants the non-violent conquest
of Canada.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not even saying it's going to be a conquest. It just, you know, it might be, you know, Canada collapses, Alberta and Saskatchewan, and because it sort of would be isolated, British Columbia decides to become states. They're all large enough population to become a state. They become states, and Quebec sort of decides to try to be an independent country, and Canada just sort of falls apart. And then the U.S. methodically over time acquires all the territories that were there. You know, that's the kind of thing, sort of unification. Reunification, if you look at it, as we were all once part of the, you know, British colonies. And since Canada has also been moving away from its its political relationship, and there was a lot of talk, and maybe it was just talk, well, why do we need a king now that the queen is dead? Why do we need this foreign ruler? Well, if you don't have a king, there is not a king of Canada. There's no reason for Canada to exist, because the only reason for Canada to exist was because that they were part of the British Empire, and they wanted to be part of the British Empire and not part of a local American government. You know, it's like, hey, we're getting all the benefits of being part of Britain. Protection, you know, the Royal Navy, the Royal Army, or not the Royal Army, but the British Army, and trade with, you know, we're selling all of our grain and whatnot to Britain without a bunch of tariffs that were, again, you know, that were there against non-British grain coming in. You know, there was a lot of benefits to being part of the British Empire. Oh, that was cool. The explosion, I blew the enemy Tiger up here. The explosion coming out of the barrel of the tank was cool.
The fuck? I'm watching Toy Chat. I love how your fucking wheels just came through your wings.
Don't worry about it.
Hello. Hello, I see you over there. And you're a Soviet version of what I'm driving. And so without that sort of raison d'etre of being part of the British Empire, there's no real reason for independence. You know, each province will have more internal autonomy than they do under their current Canadian federal system, and there'll be mutual defense and all those other part of a big trade bloc of the United States, meaning they don't have to, don't have tariffs and other things. And Trump doesn't care about Canadians, but he would care about Americans who live in what was Canada. So it's, we don't care now, but once you become Americans, we care as much as, we care about people from Ohio or Michigan. It's that sort of thing. What?
First state mentioned Ohio.
Yes. Having semi-autonomous states, the menus worked well until the British were forced out. Yeah, well, the British have, and you can see with the Chagos Island deal that they're trying to do, the British have become embarrassed by their empire. Anything that reminds them of their empire, at least the governments and the ruling class of Britain is embarrassed by. I think there's going to be something of a revival of Britain, but I think it's going to be limited in Britain. I don't think, why the fuck did they ever give up Hong Kong? They didn't have to give up Hong Kong. They chose to give up Hong Kong. The lease was coming in to the end for the new territories, and I understand things like water and other utilities were heavily based in the new territories.
You lost the ring there.
But
it seems I did.
I had a formula that how China would have agreed to at least a 50-year extension to the new territories lease. As just simply go to China and say, you're right, the lease is ending up. We're going to re-recognize the Republic of China as the de jure government,
or something?
the rightful government, if you don't know the term de jure as opposed to de facto, the de jure government of China, and we're going to negotiate with
that's a 288.
Taiwan for holding the lease, and we're going to allow Taiwanese elements into the new territories. I'm still here. I lived.
How
yes.
did you live?
I was on the other side of a building, I think.
Tractor, as if buildings stop explosions.
Well, certain buildings in this game do.
War Thunder has taught me, shockwaves use the force.
Yes, they often do. So, I think China, for all their nationalistic as well as other reasons for winning Hong Kong and or Macau, I would also, because Macau didn't need to also, especially if Britain was going to stay around, and as part of NATO, it was Portuguese territory, and not a leased, territory. It had been recognized by the imperial governments of China. I'm not sure whether the Sun Yat-sen and then Chiang Kai-shek's government officially recognized or not. Oh, hello, you get to kill me now. Recognized Macau and or Hong Kong formally, but those were both recognized as foreign territory. I think China would have rather officially renewed, like for 50 years or something, the lease on the new territories to keep Taiwan from being brought into the mix of the what's going on there. At least that's my thinking, because that would just be a temporary situation where the fears of having the Republic of China become more recognized, and even to the point of returning the new territories to the Republic of China and have Republic of China troops, as well as British troops, joint defense units, there would have been more of a problem for China than extending the lease, because the lease does acknowledge that the territory is Chinese, just it's being leased to a foreign power, not actually foreign territory. So that's how I would have dealt with it, and I think China, without violence, would have agreed to that, as opposed to having fighting over it or something. If the Chinese were claiming, I don't even know if the Chinese were claiming that they would militarily invade the new territories if Britain didn't give them up, but Britain gave up, which was not overly popular, and it was only sort of sure, there's always going to be a faction of people that would, whether out of their self-interest or some sort of national pride or whatever, or just that they were communist or something, would support the territory going back. But I think it was at the time very unpopular with most Hong Kongers turning the territory over. So,
Hong Kongers.
Well, I don't know how are you Hong Kongese. I don't know.
I honestly don't know, but it just sounds funny.
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know how they would refer to themselves. Back when English was still the government language, at least. Oop.
Whoa!
There's a Yag Panther around the corner, moving towards my body and coming around. So be careful, whoever's there with. So I see with the combination of the British not wanting to be and the Canadians not really wanting to be some sort of part of a renewed British Empire. I think Canada is on the way out. Putting artillery on C. So yeah, with Cuba and other things, so I think the U.S. is preparing for the new world order. I don't mean it is in some sort of conspiracy kind of thing, but I mean the new realities of the world.
Oh boy, gamers talk about conspiracies again.
Yep, and I think people that are trying to maintain the old one are not wrong in their desires, because I know a lot of people, and I remember a bunch of people were happy and joyful when Kissinger died, including people that I know personally and people that I've met on online or something, because Kissinger and Rhodesia and how he betrayed Rhodesia and all that bad stuff, but as well as other things that Kissinger did. But I have to say, what Kissinger really did? He prevented or oversaw the lack of global thermal nuclear war. So he managed, and it was really him over multiple presidents. He managed the world in such a way that we, through the whole Cold War, we didn't have global thermal nuclear war. And with the trying to.
Well, maybe if you did, the war wouldn't be so cold.
Yes, absolutely. It would be a hot.
Oh no.
Hot war instead of Cold War. So yeah, and I probably agree with everybody's criticisms of that I'm talking about from the, shall we say, from the right, the criticisms of Kissinger. But on the whole, on the balance, I'm for what Kissinger did. Let's see. Hoffmanator says, when I was 7 when the handover happened, didn't know much about it, but saw a lot of people around me shaking their heads. Yes. And I was slightly older than that, but not by a whole lot. When the U.S. handed over the Panama Canal, which was U.S. territory and never Panamanian territory, I mean never, to hand the canal zone over to Panama. Because for those who don't know, Panama was created by the United States. I'm not saying it was popular, or I'm not saying it was unpopular with the people living on the Panamanian isthmus. It's portrayed generally as a popular thing. But the U.S. Navy shows up, says to the local people, do you want to be independent from Colombia? And there was really no way to get to Panama from Colombia without going via the ocean, the sea. The terrain
the
there.
lake that surrounds us all.
Yes.
The Darien Gap keeps.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps anything at bay.
Yes. So the U.S. showing up there and having a much bigger navy than the Colombian Navy would keep them. And did the local people want to be ruled from Bogota? Maybe, maybe not.
I don't know.
Probably not. But I think there was also the implicit, and I think the Americans at the time, were not saints, might have, you all want to, well, we're going to come in and take over. Because the Americans were going to have the canal. That was not, at that time, we were going to build the canal. We were going to control it. We weren't going to allow other corrupt dictators, whether you want to consider us corrupt. Yeah, Rocco says, the dumbest thing the U.S. did, yes. It is definitely up there as one of the top dumb things the U.S. have ever done.
Ow, my fucking face.
So, there was
Why are
maybe...
they killing themselves with artillery? What the hell?
If you don't like it, we also have the U.S. Marines that can land. I don't know how many that were on the ships at the time. Probably a few at least. And take over the isthmus, and the U.S. could easily control, and to this day could easily control the isthmus. It's another thing to try to fight an insurgency in a long-standing war with Colombia as a whole, but the isthmus, okay, around the corner, there's a bad guy. Let me kill him. Well, I shot him. You got him before I could kill him.
I'm just driving through. I'm just not stopping. Fuck off. That's not a good idea to stop there.
I'm not complaining. Just
I got decent enough stabilization. I can take these shots.
So, with all of that, it was join us or not, or not die, but join us or you were our enemy. And so we took the canal zone, or we took the isthmus. We, the United States, built the canal. There were some Panamanians working there, and probably quite a lot of them, but also a lot of other regional people that were employed, as well as a lot of Americans. I don't know the numbers.
I just saw most of it there at the corner.
There were a lot of Americans, workers too, not just people overseeing it, people managing it, but there were a lot of Americans doing that as well. So we built the canal, we maintained the canal. To this day, we are the primary security element for the canal. The Panamanians might be the first responders, meaning they're the ones with the troops and the police right there. But who's out there keeping Colombia from taking it over, or China, or somebody? Oh, that's the U.S. Is ultimately there in the U.S. Navy. So we should own the canal. We should be getting the money from the canal. There's and I'm talking the canal zone, not all of Panama. But and that would be taking back. That's not America being aggressive. That's America reclaiming its territory. And I am for the use of sending in the U.S. military if Panama is not approving of the measures for the U.S. to take it back peacefully. That I am for military use. Force.
Jesus.
Because it is strategic national interest, and we have plenty of actual rights to it, you know, of building it, of creating it, and all that stuff. And yeah, we gave it away, but I can point to enough things that the treaty that gave it away, that the Panamanians, by letting the Chinese come in and take over a lot of the things,
Oh, for fuck's sake, that has 2 guns, right?
break the treaty when Panama charged U.S. ships to go through the Panama Canal based on when there was limited water to go through, that it was a lottery, well, not a lottery, but an auction. Like, how much do you want to pay us? No, America under the treaty should get first dibs on any ships coming through and pay the standard fee. No extras. And the Navy ships, which were also having to do that, should get free access and first priority whenever they show up. You know, whether it's 1 ship or 100, everybody else, you know, has to wait for a U.S. Navy ship, and that is part of the treaty. Panama agreed to that when they signed the treaty. And if you want to say, well, we're renegotiating it, or hope, you know, what was the Vader line? I'm altering the deal.
That I do not alter it further.
Yes. Well, okay, if you're altering the deal, well, we're going to alter the deal ourselves. So there are, you know, other things that I can point to that invalidate the treaty that they broke, that give us all, you know, under the old, now rules-based order, to take back the canal zone. And so I will vote for sending U.S. troops. Yes, I know will probably mean loss of American life, and could be likely loss of other lives. But I am for that, because I think it's such an American interest. That is so, in my mind at least, so different than like trying to take over Panama and governing a bunch of people that don't want to be U.S. citizens. No, we're talking about the canal zone, and taking that. Yeah, that I'm for the military action. And I don't know, it just a couple of days ago, just before the war, or the resuming of hostility, shall we say, or resuming of military actions against Iran happened, Panama came into those 2 Chinese-owned ports and took them over, sent in the military and took them over. That it was reported on one source that I have, but it has not been reported on What's Up with Shipping yet. I'm sort of surprised that it happened, but he did make a nice report on what's going on with shipping in the Strait of Hormuz and the whole Iran thing. So that is dominating the news. But Panama did move in, did take over, has said that they're going to manage the auction, if you will, to see who gets to, and they put 2 different companies temporarily in charge of managing the port assets, you know, running the auxiliary ports, or whatever you want to call them, on either side of the canal zone. And they're, to my knowledge, not giving the C.K. Hutchinson, the company that had built and owned them, anything for them. They're just simply nationalizing them. But they have talked about movable equipment, that there will be some sort of either ability for them to come and remove. I'm talking like major cranes, not just, you know, typewriters or something. But and I know you just dated myself saying typewriters, because probably half of you don't know what that really is.
Those typewriters they're still using.
Right, but let's see. Boom, you're dead. But, you know, big cranes and other stuff that can be moved, that either they can be sold, and then, you know, and the current owners of them, you know, can get the money for them, sell it to whoever's going to take over the port, or they can be removed. You know, their portable property can still be.
Oh wow, we just both cannon barreled each other. I love it. I love this game.
Be dealt with.
There's a T-34 there, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
T-34
kill
there.
this one.
It's out of barrel, so just kill him. Thank you. We just
So,
both barreled each other.
I think that's very much a U.S. direction, and I think the Panamanians realize that if they don't do this, they will lose the canal zone. I think no matter what they do, like I say, they should lose the zone. Now, I want to outside of that, I want to work with the Panamanian government. I want to be an equitable relationship between them and between our government and them.
Oh, that's like
The deal gets worse every
hiding in
time.
between the
Yes.
buildings.
Yes, the Hoffmanator. I think that was one of Han Solo's. Or no, that was Lando Calrissian's statement. No, the deal just gets worse every time. I think that was Lando Calrissian's talking about, the situation on Bespin and etc. So, yeah. You have to wonder, and I do wonder, shall we call it the military leadership of the Cuban army? And I'm not just talking about a general or two at the top. I'm talking about the overall, leadership elements, the colonels, the majors, the generals of the Cuban army. Will they at some point realize that the current, do they really care about Cuba? I'm sure they have a certain amount of personal interest. They want to live. They don't want to die. They would like a nice life, meaning if they have money or house or whatever, they'd like to keep it. I'm not saying that there's zero self-interest in the individuals, but at some point, are they patriots enough to realize that the communist regime there is done for?
Dang it, I was about to shoot that.
Whether it's because of communism, or even if it's because of U.S. pressure and isolation and us blocking, and we're talking about even blocking Russian ships delivering oil or whatever to Cuba. I don't know if we are going to do that, but we've definitely told Mexico we were going to block their ships because Scheinbaum said, oh, well, we'll send, because Mexico, Pemex has plenty of oil, we're going to send oil and gas to Cuba. And the U.S. says, nope. And they realize, oh, okay, nope. Hey, thanks for the follow. So the people realize, they realize that isn't going to happen. And so whether it's because of outside pressure or just because communism doesn't work or their system is corrupt or whatever, but at some point, will they ever go, it would be better to get rid of this regime for the Cuban nation, and it would be better to do it than wait for U.S. bombers to show up or something, and not have to, or even the idea of, do we really want to shoot at the Cuban people? Is it going to get so bad that the people are going to mobilize out on the street and storm government facilities, and whether the bodyguards, the security police, the whatever, I don't know the structures at all. I don't know if they have a communist cadre in there. I just don't know one way or the other, that might be willing to shoot Cuban people because for ideological reasons, or they know that their heads are gonna be literally on the chopping block, if you will, or on the noose or something. But would they just go, shit, this isn't working? Should we just do a coup against, whoever the current replacement is for the Castro brothers? should we just do that and then just negotiate with the United States to set up a a new election and whatever? And I see Toyjet leaving, and I am also getting ready to end this. So thank you, Lum.
He's about to end this.
Yes, thank you, Lum. Thank you, Arno. Thank you, Toyjet. Thank you, Hoffmanager. Thank you, Rocco, for hanging out and chatting with me. I think that was it for the real chatters. I do appreciate it. I will be back next weekend with more probably Hearts of Iron on Saturday and War Thunder on Sunday next week. They've yet to publish the Slytherin schedule for this month, so I don't know what I'm doing for Slytherin. So thank you.